I know you wish you could. It would be cool if you were a signer on it. I don't know why he doesn't trust you. You've been there for longer than any other team member.
I have people skills.
Okay, but you're helping me with this.
I don't know why that's not very loud.
I mean,
Is it loud to you?
Can you manage the Twitch stream so
The
I don't
what?
have to like constantly look at it?
It was just a
Can I
nightmare.
manage the what?
The Twitch
T-Witch?
stream chats.
This is Help Desk Nightmares.
This week on
This
Help Desk
podcast
Nightmares.
takes a look at the interactions help desk and support techs have on a regular basis and the nightmares we encounter.
Hey, we're back.
Hey!
My forehead looks very shiny today. Mr. Hanakna is here,
Yep, he is in the room with me right now.
so that's good.
That would be super creepy.
Our number one fan besides Jay. All hail Jay.
I think Jay's number 2 right now. Mr. Hanakna.
Oh, I don't know why this won't let me scroll over. There we go.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Cody, what
Hey,
episode
Cody.
is it this week?
Yeah, what episode number? Except you
Oh.
checked now because I
Yeah,
uploaded a
I'm
recast.
learning. Mark got a little notification that I'm on our website, helpdesknightmares.com,
Sure did.
and it says we are on episode 64.
Hey-o.
Last episode was about patience. This episode's about patience
What
as well.
were we talking about before we went live? Not accounting stuff.
Oh,
Oh,
no,
you said that everybody thinks I'm really nice at the office
yeah,
or
so
something?
I asked Mark, I said, is it healthy for you to acknowledge that you've become a more sincere and compassionate person in the time that I've known you? And he laughed, and then I explained that everyone in our office, I really feel like they find Mark to be this really nice person now. Like, he's got this sweet spot that they just need to, like, I feel like you're everyone's challenge. Everyone wants to be your friend because you act like you're no one's friend.
I am no one's friend.
Except you're everyone's friends in their eyes.
No
It doesn't
one's
matter
friend.
which team member it is. They're just like, man, Mark's really nice to me. And then I always help the case by saying Mark's nice to no one. So if he's nice to you, that means something.
I'm Mr. Knocknaw's friend and Jay's friend.
Aww.
Aw, and that's sweet.
And Matthew.
Oh, yeah. You don't even know who that is.
No, I don't know who Matthew is. And AJ, but he's kind of just a given.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Mark didn't want to acknowledge that he's actually become a nicer person, but believe it or not, I think he has. He's never changed his attitude towards me. It's been pretty bitter and sour the entire time I've known him, but to other people, they are his best friend.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I mean, Cody has decided he's not going to interact with the Twitch stream, though he has
Oh.
literally nothing else to do. So I am now doing that as well, which I already did anyway.
I can do it to an extent. I don't want to get too distracted, and I get distracted very easily.
Oh, yeah?
See, and then what happens is I don't know. I don't know how Halfway Network manages doing the Twitch conversation and podcasting because there are people just chatting us up right now.
It's probably one of their interns. It's probably their intern Luke or their intern Hayden.
Oh my gosh,
does
you
it.
suck. You got me. Yeah, so
Man's the
this
Twitch
is episode
chat.
64. Pretty exciting. 64, is that like the age of retirement or is that 62?
I think it's probably in the 70s by this point.
Ooh, you got
you can get
the
Social
American
Security.
government.
Yeah. Hey, Cody, what did you do this week?
So I was talking about it before we started recording that I cannot remember what we did this past weekend or what I did. I worked on the car. My exhaust fell off again for the 8th time while I was on a highway, and I got under there and I glued it all back up there with some Elmer's glue, and it's pretty good right now.
Hey, Cody, did you know that life is a highway? I want to ride it all night long.
So for those that don't know on the podcast, I'm trying to stare at Mark. I'm trying to glare. I've been practicing my glare because Mark gives it to people about 8,000 times a day, but I give glares about twice.
Is
And
it
it
weird
takes-
that you can't see me, but I can see you?
Oh, yeah, I don't know why you do that. Why you're so mean about that. I
Well,
have to watch
initially,
the
it
Twitch
was-
stream, and it's like way behind.
Initially, it was because I was setting up the scenes for This Week in Tech History, the two things that we have, that I didn't do the last
Oh.
several weeks because I got home too late to do it.
So this week,
Oh,
thank
Peeking.
you. You're sharing it again. This week is sponsored by, I don't even know who makes this. It's called Dog Bite. high gravity lager. This is $1.29, 10-cent deposit, of course.
What's cool about this time is that Cody has decided that he will remember it's a podcast and not just show the Twitch stream of what's going on. So
I'm
it's
learning.
an orange
I'm
can.
advancing.
I don't know why Cody's always drinking a tall boy, but
Because I'm not going to buy. Can you buy a single like baby can?
I don't know.
I don't want to buy a case of Dog Bite high gravity lager. Like, who even makes this stuff?
My favorite
Probably
thing
gonna-
about the Life is a Highway song is the terrible version that Rascal Flatts did.
Who's a Rascal Flat?
Country group.
Oh,
I think they did
well,
it for
that's
like a
fine,
kids
Mark.
movie like Cars. I think they did it for Cars. It was
no,
rough.
the fact that I know something else I did today because we're talking about the previous 7 days or the before the podcast. I went to a place called Treat Dreams and I got a cookie. Okay,
Ugh.
let's be real. I got 3 cookies and a brownie.
Did you eat them
I
all
went
at
in
the
there
same
to
time?
get 1 scoop of ice cream and I walked out with $20 worth of cookies. Yes, they were that expensive.
Well, that seems like not a good investment.
Nope. Went and looked at a house. I went and looked at the haunted house.
Again?
No, like actually got to go inside there. Because the person's like, well, maybe we can do that deal for you. So I was like, okay, let's go and look at this ish. And oh boy,
Ish.
this house was ancient, which I don't mind. Farmhouse, totally cool. There was dog poop all in the basement, which was kind of scary. There were stuffed creatures everywhere. They were a taxidermist, so there was a life-size bear in one of the rooms when you open the door. And I'm pretty sure it was legitimately haunted. So we made an offer, and we're waiting to hear back.
Was the offer $5? And not to call
I
the
told the guy, I was
cops.
like, we would make an offer, but we're gonna offend both you and the seller. So
We're talking about beers. Mr. Knocknow doesn't like the wheat-ish flavors. And that's why you got to go for dark beers. So you got to drink something
Ooh.
that's chocolatey and coffee. That's what's good. That's the kind of
no, I can't
porters,
do that. No, my
stouts.
mouth-
That's where it's
my-
at.
palate has not advanced enough to really be able to taste things and enjoy them. So that's why I'm able to drink Dog Bite high gravity lager.
Natty Daddy.
Oh, the Natty Daddy. That's what Lori calls me.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah.
Too much
on.
information.
Play your little thingamajig.
Oh.
My wife.
Oh, well, that wasn't the one.
Okay.
There we go. Mark will get used to it in about 4 or 5 years. Didn't want to burp in the mic.
Weird. I don't
Okay.
know why not.
So
what
did
I
you
do?
Mark?
Oh, that's a good question, Cody, that I asked myself. I went to spin class at
Yeah,
Cycle
you
Bar
did.
this week.
Can we
I
stop
currently
there?
Nope, I currently cannot walk.
Yeah. Mark looks miserable.
I am.
Like it looks like he has a fake leg when he walks right now.
Yeah, I can't walk.
Like
It's rough.
I went and talked to him in his office and he was sitting down. He's got the standing desk, but he was sitting down, which isn't that common. And then I'm just talking to him and then he goes, Ugh. I'm like, are you in that much pain?
I don't think I said. "Ugh."
Well, you said it in your Mark-like
You
way,
creep.
so it would have been much cooler. It would have been like, Ugh.
Mark like ways. That's
Yeah.
what you're going with.
I told you you're friends with everyone because you're so cool.
Okay. I am cool, but I'm not friends with anyone. So I went to Cycle Bar. It was real rough. It was really hard. And then Monday, it was like, oh, I'm a little sore, but that's fine. Today, Tuesday, 2 days later, I can barely walk.
So,
So
I
going up
started
and down stairs is
exercising.
rough. And I had to come down a flight of stairs to get to the podcast room that I'm currently in. which was
So glad
also
you didn't
rough.
fall and die. That could have been miserable.
Yeah.
So Mark and I are starting a podcast as well, where we actually it'd have to be like a video stream.
It's
we're
called
gonna start
You,
playing-
Me,
we're
and Good
gonna start
Photos
playing-
Forever.
Beat Saber.
I don't know what that is.
Mark doesn't know what it is, but I started playing that this weekend, and for a large man like me who never works out, it made me really tired.
I'm in an Instagram podcast battle with Annie from Halfway to Thundertown and Drunken Arcanauts because she has a podcast that has not put out episodes.
It is great. It
that's
has
called-
one episode.
No one can listen to it. It's called You, Me, and Bad Photos Forever. So I created an Instagram that's called You, Me, and Good Photos Forever.
No,
And,
you didn't.
I sure did. And she definitely saw it.
I'm looking this up.
So I'm going to award whoever puts out an episode first gets to stay on Halfway Network, is what I told Jay. This is an unofficial stance that only I have. So there you go.
That's really awesome. When are we recording? Or is it going to be you and Matthew?
No, he doesn't. He's not on podcasts.
He can be. Matthias. That's really exciting. Good job. I forget how
Jay
sassy
says-
you can be.
Jay said she thought it was a stalker guy.
Oh, you should have went with it. You shouldn't have told them.
I had to tell Jay so that he would like it, and then she would
Oh.
see it. She was like, "That's not me. That's not our podcast."
Got to put a couple episodes out, and then it takes off, and then it replaces Help Desk Nightmares.
Yeah.
I would feel so bad if that was the case. Oh boy.
Why would you feel bad?
For Annie.
I
'Cause
don't
you
feel
would
bad for
steal her
Annie. She needs to
thunder.
get a damn episode out.
Again, she's got one episode. It's just not accessible.
Yeah, you can't get to it anywhere. Oh, we had a battle over getting Drunken Arcanauts in Pocket Casts this
Oh
week.
my gosh. Mark is
I did
a
not
rock
tell.
star.
I did not tell Jay. I definitely stole the RSS feed and submitted it because he said that it would probably be fine, and forgot to tell Chad about it, so it didn't happen on their end. But I definitely did it. He's finding
Okay.
that out just now.
Oh, yep. It's actually really cool. Now that it's on Pocket Cast, I was able to listen to every single episode in one day.
Well, so what Cody and I did is from Google Podcasts, you can copy the actual RSS feed. So we just copied that into Pocket Casts, and you can get to it there because the RSS exists. But then I submitted it to Pocket Casts. So
Mhm.
now you can get it in Pocket Casts, and I've listened to
Yeah,
all of
it's-
them. The problem is I like to listen to podcasts in the background. So if I'm listening to a podcast in the background, I generally don't retain what's been said. But like with a D&D podcast, I want to know what's happened. So I listen to the first episode 3 times, and that's 3 hours worth. And then I listen to a couple of the other ones. I think there's 4, maybe 5. I don't know at this point. By the time you're listening to this, who knows, unless you're listening live. Anyway, I listened to at least 6 or 7 hours worth of it, but it's really good. So
Yeah, it is really good. It's very enjoyable. Unlike Mark, I feel like it's a podcast that you can put on in the background and still kind of pay attention to. It just makes me feel like I'm not working while I'm working if I listen to it.
I
Other
can't.
podcasts make me think. This one just makes me like, wow, I wish I was there.
I can't. I want to know what happened and how we got to where we are,
Yeah, and then like
and like
I
where
hear
this
ya.
character came from in the second chapter. Like I don't know. I had to go back and listen to the end of the 3rd episode of the 1st chapter because I didn't know what happened to a particular character and so forth. I'm not
And
gonna spoil it.
I'm just really glad that they've gone so casual with it as well. I feel like D&D can be really, really intense, and like Annie or whatever her character is has a spatula as a weapon. Like that's super cool.
Spatulax.
Yeah, that she ends up losing. Like there's just a lot of really silly things. There's a Gumpy kid. I can't remember what his name was, but he was dropped on his head or something
his
like
name was
that.
Cody.
And they just have a lot of fun with it. And I don't know who the heck
Probably missed that
or
one.
how you get to be such a good dungeon master or whatever they're called, but boy, I cannot imagine having to be that person.
Hopefully
coming up with-
Clancy doesn't listen to Help Desk Nightmares. He's the DM. Hopefully he doesn't listen because I remember an episode that I definitely questioned whether or not he was a Nazi. And I said
Whether or not he was a
allegedly-
Nazi?
Yeah, I think so. And we landed on allegedly Clancy's not a Nazi. I think that's where we landed. It was something like that.
Oh gosh.
Typically Cody's the one who says inappropriate things
Yeah,
on the
I've been
podcast
filtering
that I had to
myself.
bleep out, like last week.
Yep, Mark has to bleep one thing out that I say every week. Good times. But yeah, I don't like D&D. I think it's a cool idea, but I'm not going to play it. But listening to it is a lot more fun. And listening to this group play it is
Listening.
incredible because they just have a blast. They don't care what happens. They're not super serious. No one gets super pissy. No one gets upset. They just screw around
As far
for
as you know.
a few hours. Unlike us, where we're super serious.
Super serious.
The most serious.
Mr. Hanakna says he listened to the video on Twitch when we streamed it, and then listened to the podcast and laughed so hard when he heard the bleep from what you
Oh
said.
gosh, no! See, this is why I don't like live streaming. It's really bad. Mr. Nyakna is gonna blackmail me one day.
Maybe. This is a yep. We have a new person. On
I'm a
Twitch.
little concerned.
No, there's not any reason to believe that mykill_so_ill means us any harm at this point.
Okay.
User
Well, they
one, nope, yeah, user one domino one writes this story. See if you can figure out what the theme is. Cody already knows. I told him.
Yeah, I was gonna say you told me.
It's titled "The VGA Audio Doesn't Work." So this guy is a small IT reseller on eBay, which means that I sell to and occasionally have to support when an item turns up dead on arrival or otherwise faulty. All classes of customer. So I'm not doing anything wrong. Nope. I got distracted by the person who was typing. All class of customer. The people that cause most trouble, though, are those who say, I've repaired, refurbished, built X number of PCs, so I'm not doing anything wrong. X is always less than 5, so my experience trumps theirs by miles, but they still act like I'm an idiot, and 99% of the time they're at fault. It's just impossible to make them see that. So that's the background to the story.
Okay.
Customer says, hi, the VGA audio isn't working on this GPU you sold me.
Oof.
The VGA port doesn't do audio. Links to website that backs me up, so that's not a fault. That's not what I mean. Did you mean to say HDMI audio? No, the audio doesn't work. The GPU is faulty. This is the second PC I've built, so I'm sure I'm not doing anything wrong.
Ugh.
So the audio doesn't work at all? Are you sure this is linked to the GPU? The audio works fine, but the GPU's VGA audio doesn't work, only the HDMI. Of course it's faulty. Forgetting how obstructive these types are. Could you check what the default audio device is for me? Providing a link to a page with detailed instructions. Why? The GPU is faulty. That won't help. Hoping to make him find and fix his own problem. This is just the easiest way to see whether the GPU is being detected. It should show up as NVIDIA HDMI audio or something similar. Like so many of his type, this particular customer never got back to me.
Huh. Shut him down.
So if you're not an IT person, VGA is only for video. It does not do audio. That's why that
VGA
sucks.
is, I feel like it's got so many different names. I consider VGA D-sub. It's like the blue connector, but yeah,
Stands
it
for
definitely does not.
Video graphics array has nothing to do with audio.
Neither does DVI.
Correct.
What is that?
I don't recall.
Come on.
Pauly de Turk writes this story. He runs the help desk for a company from home. One of their pieces of software involves video conferencing. Just got off the phone with a user and the following exchange occurred. Good afternoon. I just received your voicemail. How can I help?
Hi.
I don't know. I can't hear them when they talk to me, but they can hear me. This just started. I've been making calls all day and now it's not working. Let me remote in and we'll check your settings. Can I get your remote ID and password? Gives me the info. Keeps going on about how it was working and just stopped. Let's check the settings. Looks like you turned the speaker volume to our software all the way down. Adjust volume to regular level. Is there anyone you can make a test call to? Sure, but I don't get it. I didn't touch anything. Let's just give it a try, and if the issue is still occurring, we'll dig deeper. Makes a call, and it's working. Okay, that's great. Thanks for your help. Click. This is most of my day, my day every day in a nutshell. Not sure why I felt compelled to share this interaction. Maybe I'm just really bored today. Thanks for reading anyway. So this person has self-esteem issues.
Aww.
That's
Poor
okay.
person.
Let's see. Which is the last one? I only read 3 and I post 4 in the show notes. This one's really short though. Okay. Trav1504 writes, I've only been in tech support officially for about 2 months, but it doesn't matter how hard I try. I never remember the rule of always check the obvious solutions first.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm the IT guy for a school, and in the last week they had the school plays. One class is about to start a rehearsal when the teacher comes to get me saying the sound system isn't working. I go take a look, and the first thing I check is that the power's on and it's connected to the speakers properly, and it is. So I open up the back and start checking all the connections inside. Everything is fine. I look at the front panel again, and that's when I notice it. The volume was turned off. I turned the volume up, and to save face, I also lied that there was a loose connection in the back of it. How does that make you feel, Cody?
I almost had that issue today before podcasting. I couldn't get your little eHarmony or whatever the heck it is called, getting it to work. And turns out it wasn't plugged in.
Harmony?
What is it? Oh, Euphoria, not eHarmony.
It's just an
eHarmony
audio
is a dating
preamp. It's
website.
just a USB preamp.
Yeah, it's the
You don't have to
Euphoria
call it by
USB
its name.
preamp. I didn't have that plugged in via USB, and I couldn't get it to work. And it turns out plugging it in fixed the issue. We had a
that's
user
good.
this in the past week, so not yesterday. It would have been last week. Who they said that their phone wasn't working. Totally fine. We have issues here and there with it. said that they weren't getting any audio. Like you would essentially call that phone, they would pick up their phone, they wouldn't be able to hear anything. Turns out they had their phone routing to their PC. So since they didn't have the audio on their computer, they couldn't hear anything. They didn't know what was happening. I just changed it and fixed it.
Yeah, there's like a quick little setting that you can do for that. So
Little baby button.
I feel like I don't know why some users, most of the users have desktop speakers for their computers because they're desktop towers. They don't have, like, some of them play audio from the tower, but it's either on top of their desk behind their monitors or on the floor, so you couldn't really hear it if you needed to. Anyway, so we have desktop speakers plugged in, but every time I go to a desk, well, no, 80% of the times I go to a desk, they are turned off. You don't want to hear any sounds? Okay, well, there's lots of programs that we use that make sounds, and that's how you know you have a message or something, so I don't understand why they do that. But
yeah, my guess is that they're trying to watch videos, and they don't want that playing super duper loud throughout the office.
Maybe. This is not about phones, but go
I don't know if we've talked about this on the podcast before, but in the same line of audio, we have an office that's incredible. It's now filled. It hadn't been filled for years, and it is haunted. What I mean by that is that any set of speakers that you put into that office, it will play very quiet, screamo rock metal. Like you could have them on the lowest setting in the world, and you'll just hear, and like users get very confused. So I've had to warn the new user that's in there. I'm like, just a heads up, amazing office. Like I love this office, but if you start hearing things, it's not you going crazy. It's the fact that your speakers are picking up some weird radio station down the road that is just blaring screamo into your speakers. So yeah, we haven't had an issue with that though. We don't have too many audio.
We don't work in an industry where you need to necessarily all the time listen to stuff. Like if you were a call center, like from your computer, and you were playing voicemails back or something that had been archived or something like that.
Mark has to deal with, I was doing a quick training video just for Mark to see on how to do payroll. So in case I'm ever out sick or something like that, Mark can watch it. Well, the audio that I was recording for that, I had to use Windows like max amplification system there. So you could hear any of it. But because of that, you're going to hear this the entire time.
Oh, why would you make that sound?
It wouldn't be that. It would be, every time I'd swallow, it would hear it. Every time I would breathe, it would hear it. Every time
that's how it works.
I'd scratch my head or something, or I'd scratch my leg, you'd hear. So
that's when you go in and edit the audio so you don't have to hear that stuff.
Yeah.
What else you got on audio?
We have this really annoying issue with our music playing service, and we just gave up trying to fix it. That we have this cell phone that we have hooked up. We use it as an MP3 player essentially, and it's hooked up to this music service that we pay for. Well, the phone, because they have these dumb little settings where it's like, are you sure you want to turn it up this loud? If you turn it up louder, you're going to burst your earbuds out. It thinks that there are earbuds in there, and it keeps automatically defaulting the volume down by like 30% every single day. So we gave up on that. So now our amps in our office, which Mark controls, are maxed out.
No, they're not.
They are almost maxed. I feel if I were to click volume up on that cell phone tomorrow, it would blow those speakers.
I don't think so.
I don't know much about amplification or sound or anything like that. So.
Okay, well, I wired up the suite for the sound that we have, so I know a little bit. It used to be part of my job.
We had an IT technician come out from the IT company we work with. He looks at Mark's wiring job, and I don't know anything about audio.
It's low voltage. It's fine.
Yeah, he's like, that bare wire there is a huge fire hazard.
It's not.
And I'm like, I don't know anything about it. I just let Mark do his thing.
It's going to catch all the metal surrounding it on fire. That makes a lot of sense.
Fact of the matter is that Mark is the one who fixed it and set it up, not the other people. So I'm just going to let Mark handle it. I trust him with IT most of the time.
It's fine. It's been like that for 4 years, and we haven't had a fire in the all-metal enclosure. So I think we're going to be just
tomorrow.
Just fine. Well, there you go.
I don't have to go to work.
Yeah, it could just short out, is what Mr. Hanakna says. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Hanakna. I'm going to go tell our IT technician that It is okay. We're not gonna die.
Breaking news.
Cody hates that I have the lady that says that.
So I
Oh.
try to mock her.
Now I can get this little little
Should
guy.
I look at it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think it says a year on there anywhere.
It says March 25th, 19. No, I'm kidding.
Well, I mean it's movies, so I would assume that it would be 19 something.
Whoa,
March
okay,
25th
read
of this
read
year.
Mark.
The movie Twister becomes the first featured film put on DVD. FYI, it sounds really good in surround sound. Did you ever watch the movie Twister, Cody?
About 800 times as a child. Like most kids growing up, they watch Disney or things like that, but I watched Twister.
Weird.
It was amazing. We had it on VHS.
It was decent. I
was
get
really
the guys
good.
confused. Bill, I don't know which Bill is in it. Like there's a guy who's the president on Independence Day, and his name is Bill something, and the guy that's in this, and they're not the same person. And one of them died recently, I think.
Oh gosh.
Mr.
not good. Yeah,
Hanakna is
no.
guessing. Cody, what is your guess? What
I'm gonna
year
say
was Twister
because
released
I
on
watched
DVD?
it so much as a child. I'm gonna say 1995. Oh wait. Hold on, I'm backing up because so it would have been DVD. I have to take that in. I'm gonna say 1998.
Jay says 2001.
False.
Mr. Hanakna says 1998.
Isn't that what I said?
You're all over. Guess again.
1995? There's no
I'm gonna give
way.
them 5 seconds to guess again.
Well, you have to give. They have a bit of a delay, so.
It's not much though, because when I've said something, it'll be like 5 seconds and they respond. So
Okay, I'm saying
Mr.
1995. No one can
Nakna
steal
says
that.
1992.
And no copycats.
Jay says fuck you. The
Okay.
correct answer is 1996. So Cody wins.
Whoop, whoop, whoop. No, that's exciting. 1996. That is incredible. I feel like DVD players didn't really start hitting the scene in an affordable fashion until like 98, 99.
Hitting the scene, you say?
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you
just
have
checking.
a DVD player growing up, Mark?
Yeah. I had a Betamax growing up. Do you know
is
what that was?
Betamax. No.
So we
Wasn't
went
that
VHS to Betamax, which was going to replace VHS. Never took off. And then we went to DVD.
okay? No. So it was like the battle between Betamax and DVD, the same way that it was battle between Blu-ray and HD discs or whatever from Microsoft, right? Do you remember those?
Not really.
Yeah, Xbox 360, was their technology, but PlayStation 3 whooped it.
Breaking news.
Breaking news.
In what year was the frickin' laser beam patented? Is what the title of this is.
Is it actually called the frickin' laser
Frickin'
beam?
laser beams patented is the title. March 22nd of what year? The first patent on a laser is issued to Arthur Leonard Schaulau in Charles Howard Towns. Anyway,
Howard Town.
who assign it to Bell Telephone Laboratories. Still, no one has figured out how to attach these lasers to the heads of sharks. Throw me a frickin' bone here. Cody's doing
from-
impressions.
Do you know what that's from?
No.
It's from Austin Powers.
What year was the frickin' laser beam patented?
Freaking laser. I'm gonna say 1951.
Jay says an
51.
answer.
1951.
51. Jay says 57. Mr. Nakna says, "Pfft, no idea. 1942. The closest without going over with a guess of 1957 is Jay. The correct answer is 1960.
Wow. I feel like we were really slow with the laser thing.
1960?
Yeah.
I don't feel like that's that slow.
I don't understand lasers. Like, what's the difference between a laser and a beam of light? It's a serious question, Mark. Answer it. You're smart.
I am not a laser scientist,
There are
contrary to
laser
popular
scientists?
belief.
Oh, yeah. It was Arthur Leonard.
Oh, man. Heck.
Arthur Leonard.
So Jay wins. Cody has 1 point and Jay has 1 point, and we don't keep track of points from week to week. KO.
Ooh, boy. The
So
winner gets to be on Drunken Arkanauts.
yeah. Good thing you've reached out to them about that, Cody, huh?
Yeah, they live in somewhere else.
They
don't
live
in
in
the
somewhere
Metro Detroit
else.
area. I'm not gonna drive. It's a long drive even to Chicago for me. So if it's anywhere further than that, it's a no.
You are aware that we do this podcast not in the same room and that technology exists, correct?
Crap.
All right, just checking.
Called me out.
Jay says light amplification by stimulated emission of radiation. Laser.
That's what Lori calls me. A
Oh.
stimulated.
Oh, kinky.
Okay, so let's take a break. And in this break, I don't know if I'm going to play the same audio that I've played the last 2 weeks about drunken Arkanauts. Maybe we'll just talk about it ourselves.
Can we please
We talked
make
about
a
it a little bit at the
commercial?
beginning.
Can we
What?
make a commercial for the good photos?
Yeah, what's your favorite episode from You, Me, and Good Photos Forever?
It was that one time at band camp where
Is that a joke that people told in your generation too?
American Pie, yeah.
Oh, thought you were too young for that.
Too young.
Yeah.
I thought you were too old for it.
What? No, that was my demographic. You were like 5.
Yeah, American Pie we watched when I was like 8 or 9 years old, okay?
The 90s want their weird references back, Jay says.
Ooh, come on, Jay.
The 90s called. They want their weird references back.
Come on, Jason.
Yep. Everything isn't short for something else, so.
It is.
It's not.
Markle.
Okay. Yeah. So the
My
break
name's
doesn't
Code.
actually have to be a break. We could have said, let's take a break, and then I insert something, and then we never actually take a break.
This sucks, so you have to do a little more cutting. Well, you can leave this all in if you want.
And we're back.
Yeah, we're back, everyone. Everyone listen to our podcast.
I wonder if that guy who tried to get us to play a song of his in the Twitch stream is still with us.
Oh, I didn't see. Can we play a song for him?
No.
Come
Absolutely
on.
not. Yeah, if he pays me
Absolutely we can.
$20, I'll play his song on my podcast.
I'll
Sound
give
good?
you $20 to play a song.
And then I found $5.
Can
Ah!
you play? Is that a reference?
Did you hear that?
I heard you go, ah!
Oh, Mr. Hanakna says he left a long time ago. I want to say Mr. Hanakna's name is Austin, but I don't quote me on that.
It's okay. Austin.
Powers.
You
Hey,
are
it
the
is really Austin.
dumbest smart person I have ever met in my life.
Oh, that sounds so much like the genie from Aladdin.
I'm glad that Cody makes that joke every week.
You made it last week. It was
CEO
my turn.
SiriusXM CEO Mel Karmazin once said, "The pending merger with XM will offer unprecedented choice for consumers and create tremendous value for stockholders," the satellite radio helmsman said in February during the company's fourth quarter earnings report. I guess we're 0 for 2 on that front, even though the corporate combination did finally go through. Instead of unprecedented choice, the company killed several stations last month as part of the consolidation process. Instead of tremendous value, stockholders have seen their shares plummet by 96% since Karmazin uttered those words.
I feel like Sirius or XM is going to phase out like Internet Explorer. Like it's something that comes with a new car that you never pay for again and you never use again.
Yeah, I mean, it comes with a new car, and then in order to keep getting it for free, all you have to say is, I'm going to cancel it, and then they'll give you more for free. Like, that's not a business plan.
We should
And
tell
who
the
would
owner of our
who would
company
pay for
because
that?
I'm pretty sure he's paying a lot for it.
Who would pay for that? It's not worth it. I will
People
gladly.
who like sports pay for
You can
it.
just listen to podcasts, and that's free.
Yeah,
You can listen to Spotify for $5 a month.
Are there podcasts that you have to pay to listen to?
Yeah.
they be
Earwolf, the
shunned?
Earwolf Network has podcasts that are behind a paywall, so you have to pay for Stitcher Premium,
No.
for
way.
example. Or to
Are
get
we
special
behind a
things,
paywall,
you
Mark?
can pay for somebody's Patreon. Like, okay. Now that I say that, someday maybe we'll have a Patreon and it's going to come back to bite me. Somebody's going to clip this out, but probably not.
Yep. The only reason I could ever see, or the only way I could support a podcast doing it, is that if they did an early release, you had to pay something. Like I'd be fine with that. Pay $1 and you get the episode a week early. Perfectly fine with that. But if you're gonna make me pay for your actual episode, just go get a sponsorship from Audible, Audible.com, where you can get really cool books for just $9.99 a month.
Yeah.
You get one free book credit every month.
Halfway to Thundertown definitely has Audible as a sponsor on the show.
I know. I'm trying to be. I was trying to be like Chad because he does it really well.
He does it very erratic erratically.
Yeah, and he does it from 15 feet away, and then he runs up really close to the mic to give you depth of where you're at.
You don't know that that's not just a post-production trick. User Anonymous will call. Lawrence asks, can Microsoft Excel be used as genealogical purposes?
It can be. You just cut your finger a little bit, touch it on the screen. It'll tell you all your genealogy stuff. No, you can use Microsoft Excel for anything. I'm a strong believer that Excel can be like the base of anything in your life. If you really want to track your family tree on there, do it. It's going to be awful. Go
It's
use
gonna look so bad.
Ancestry.com or whatever. Get a 30-day trial from 23andMe or whatever programs they
No,
have.
you can't get a 30-day trial. What?
Yeah, you can.
You could get Ancestry. 23andMe is your genome. It maps your genome, your DNA.
Yeah, you spit it in it.
The primary purpose of 23andMe is not to map your family tree. That'd be Ancestry. I'm not going to pay to figure out who my ancestors are. No thanks.
Did you
Pass.
do 23andMe? Have you done a gene test?
I did.
And you're not related to anyone?
I mean, nobody closely. It's like, you share 2% DNA with these 1,000 people. Okay, great. I'm going to call them right
that's
up.
What mine says. Yeah, I'm like, what the heck? Why would I ever need to know this? I'm going to download it. 23andMe. Does it not have an app?
It does, but you have to pay for it, and you have to spit in a vial.
Yeah, I already spit in a vial, Mark. I already set my tube in.
Hey, Cody, what's your top 3 Disney movies of all time?
Is this a serious question?
Yes.
Number 3 is Little Soldiers Disney. Toys, like the little toy soldiers. I don't know if that one's one of mine. Number 2, I'm going to say Moana. Number 1 would be Hercules.
Is Moana Disney?
Stop! You're just being a mean person right now. Everyone says you're nice, but you're just being mean.
So,
Tangled's really up there, too. I would say Tangled number 3, Moana.
of all
Hercules.
time?
Yeah, what?
No.
Well,
the
what are you
correct
gonna
answer
say, like
is
Snow
Lion
White?
King, Beauty and the Beast, Pocahontas.
What was number 3?
Pocahontas.
Was number 1?
Lion King,
Okay.
Beauty and
I'm
the
just going to
Beast.
stop you there and say Beauty and the Beast is a snooze fest.
What?
I fall asleep every single time, be it in the real movie or the live action movie.
Welcome
They
to
do have the
Disney
best-
Nightmares.
okay,
Cody's
can we
saying the
do-
wrong thing is my nightmare right now.
Can we do like best music from a Disney movie? Because at that point, I would say Beauty and the Beast is really high up there.
No.
Pocahontas, Colors of the Wind.
Yep.
Something-
You're racist. That's why you don't like it. User question mark asks, lost all my bookmarks after upgrade of Firefox. How do I recover bookmarks?
Yeah, don't. It sucks.
You got to save them to an account. That's how. If you
Yeah,
save
no,
them to an
that's-
account, they would all still be there.
That's rough. If you simply updated, then something is wrong. But I have a feeling that you maybe like uninstalled Firefox and reinstalled it or something. Hopefully, you started up Internet Explorer at some point and said, "Do you want to move some bookmarks over from Firefox?" And you say, "Yeah, I'll never use you, but yeah."
Okay.
Next up.
My favorite thing about people who use Google Chrome and then lose all of their bookmarks and settings is it's super easy to store all of it and take it from computer to computer.
That's one of the main reasons I use Chrome is I can sign in anywhere and it has all my stuff. I don't have to worry about it.
Yep. And then you can save all your passwords there, and that's super safe. Cody's sending a heart
I was trying
animation
to see if
over
it would go
Skype.
through to NDI, but I guess not.
No, it does not. Okay. User Cade the Crow asks,
That's
I
cool.
forgot an app that I used to play on a long time ago. What's its name? It's where you have to solve a maze, and while you're doing it, you're also paint a picture.
Whoa, that game sounds cool. So I'm
Are
going to
you
tell you
gonna
right now,
Google it?
Google's algorithms are incredible. So game where you solve a maze and paint a picture.
Did you find it? What
It's
is
called Maze of Pix.
it? Maze of Pix. There you go, user Cade the Crow. User Stephanie Shockley asks, how do I record audio from my computer without picking up sounds in the room?
Ooh, that's tough. Mark has taught me you have to buy a very high quality mic
Or a medium quality mic.
or a not low quality mic.
Yeah. Jay's a big fan of the condenser mic that you're using, as opposed to, hopefully it's facing the right way. It sounds like it is.
Is there more? It's got little vents on both sides. I didn't know. I thought someone could talk on the other side of it and it'd be perfectly fine.
No, one side, it's not, I mean, it's not fully omnidirectional. Anyway, it's not,
That's the
I can
dumbest-
hear you, so.
What? Hold on. Do they really? Why would they put a mesh screen on the other side of the mic if you're not supposed to talk through it? I'm calling Bull Dookie.
Is the logo on the front? The MXL logo? This is taking
It's
up
all
a lot.
around. It's all around.
No,
it.
there's a big logo. It's
Yeah.
not all around. I'm staring at the exact same microphone.
There. Is this good too?
Nope, that's backwards.
Okay, darn it. Well, that's a bummer. Well, I'm gonna contact MXL and be like, why the heck do you have audio vents on the back? What the purpose is that?
But I can't get it up.
No, that's maybe why.
User Maya asks, what is the
Maya.
easiest way to get photos from a DSLR camera to an iPhone?
Atlantis. Is that Disney?
I don't know.
I really like Atlantis. The easiest way to get it, so it depends. It really does, because some DSLR cameras do have the ability to connect to your cell phone, so you could transfer them automatically. Like there's built-in Wi-Fi into that. Now, you likely don't have it. Sorry. At which point you're going to have to take out that little memory card, slap it into your computer, and then I would say even instead of plugging in your iPhone, because you probably don't have iTunes installed or anything like that, just email them to yourself, to your cell phone, or like Bluetooth them over or something. But
Bluetooth them over, you say?
I Bluetooth photos from phone to phone, device to device all the time. It takes ages. I think that moves at like 100 kilobytes per second. It is so slow. But yeah, you can transfer them in a number of different ways, but ultimately there's no one easy way unless you have a DSLR camera that has that Wi-Fi built in.
Yeah, there's no direct way, but just if it's... Oh, my phone. No.
Mark's lights are going off, I assume. Oh, Mark's gone. I think he's getting murdered.
And we're back.
Oh, what just happened, Mark?
I had to turn the lights back on.
Can you get a ball or something to throw out there?
No, I don't know that the motion sensor would catch that, and I forgot to turn it off. So the other thing you can do is you just like connect your iPhone. She says it's an iPhone. Connect your iPhone to iTunes, and you can move it all from there. So you just have to get it to your computer. That's the easy way. iPhone doesn't make anything super easy, so you could either,
No.
you could either do that and drag everything into iTunes and thus onto your phone through iTunes, or get it to your computer and upload it to iCloud, and your phone's connected to iCloud. Boom, there you have it. So you got to figure out one of those two methods will get it there, but it's not like you can't just take the picture and boom, it's on your phone. I don't know of anything like that, unless, like Cody said, your DSLR camera is specifically built that way.
Mm-hmm. So a lot of conversation going on.
I keep hitting the
A lot of stuff
cord.
about the microphones.
Cody used to have a snowball mic.
Yeah, I still have it. It's right next to me.
Jay
It's
said
Mark's.
it sounded
None
like
of this
shit.
stuff is mine. 0%. These two creatures right here are mine. This fish tank's mine. The stuff in this room is mine. The dog in this room is mine. But I'm pretty sure everything else in the screen belongs to Mark.
You know what else is yours?
My wife.
Hey, I don't own her, Mark. Come on. Ah.
User Mike asks, when is 6G coming out?
Oh, okay. No, that's a good question.
No, it's not. 5G isn't even out yet.
No, 6G, I would say I'm going to give it an estimate of 2027. 2027, 2028. Now, did you hear about what, I think it's AT&T or Verizon, someone's doing 5G E?
Which isn't a thing and doesn't exist, and
So-
it's slower than 4G.
Yes, gosh, you read the same flipping article as me.
Sure
It
did.
is slower. It is a marketing scheme, and they are getting sued up the butt for that.
Jay says he has the Yeti Pro for his house that has USB and XLR, and I said, how's bragging camp going?
Oh, is the Yeti Pro expensive or something?
I don't know.
I have
User-
the Yeti Professional. They
Okay.
spent more money on putting the professional at the end of it.
So let's worry about 5G before we even think about 6G, Okay.
5G is going to be crazy fast, though.
And also the fun thing about 4G is mostly the US has it. Not a lot of other places even have 4G LTE.
I will say 4G is incredible. Like a good 4G connection can get you doing absolutely anything. You can run the whole home on 4G if you really wanted to. I think 4G is like 30 or 40 megabits per second.
Cool.
Cool,
User
man.
Dolores asks,
Is she really Dolores? Or
in
is that a
all
maiden
caps, I am using Windows 10. Additional details. In all caps. I am using Windows 10.
name? Is there more?
Nope, that's all.
Dolores, you are so sweet, Dolores.
You don't
You
know
are
that?
so sweet. I want to take you out on a night out of town.
Oh,
Poor Dolores has not seen like sunlight in 10 years, I bet. She's just stuck in her house. She's a little old lady. She's like, oh, am I using Windows 10? She didn't even say, am I? She just said, using Windows 10, right?
I am using Windows 10.
Can we say congratulations?
Well, she asks it and she says it. User Connor asks, what kind of hard drive do I have? Additional details.
Okay.
I have an old Asus ROG G750 and I'm trying to sell it. I know it has 1 terabyte of storage. Was just wondering if the hard drive is SSD or SATA.
Those are okay. So the reason Mark chose this particular one is because those are two completely different things. SATA is the interface. SSD is the type of hard drive. You have a 1 terabyte.
Definitely
really
not an
slow hard
SSD.
Yeah, you have a 1 terabyte, 5400 RPM hard drive, which is super slow. This computer was probably $6,000 when you bought it brand new, but it is probably worth a 765M. I'm gonna say that's probably worth about $400 now, $350.
The best thing to do is pull that out and smash it with a hammer, put in a new one, unless you
put in
want
an
somebody to get all
SSD.
your data.
I know well, if they're trying to sell it, let someone else do it. But if you wanted to keep it, which it's still a good gaming laptop, please put in an SSD. Do not keep that hard drive in there. There's got to be a point where everyone just moves away from hard drives. It'll be used in business and server storage, but it's not going to be used in consumer grade computers anymore. Everyone's going flash storage. I feel like flash is going to become cheaper over time as well. Well, thank you for that, Cody.
You're welcome, Cody. User Anonymous will call. Yolanda asks, in the category YouTube,
Okay.
are all ghosts videos and pictures on YouTube fake or are some real?
Or is there more?
That's all.
Some are real. You have to be really, really careful not to watch the real ones, though, because those ghosts can transfer through YouTube into your life. So be careful is all I'm trying to say.
Into your what?
My
Your
wife.
life, not my wife. Like, you are a mean person. No one better be transferring into my wife.
User Kurgan Life asks,
Kurgan?
I guess. Hopefully
like
that's not a
disease.
racial slur.
Yeah.
Where inside the computer tower keep all of your data?
Is there more?
Nope, that's all.
It is in the storage device, so you've got one of 3 or one of 2 locations primarily. It's either going to be on a hard drive or SSD using an IDE or a SATA connection, or it's going to be an NVMe M.2 slot on your actual motherboard. You may have to move some things out of the way to get to it, but it sounds like you probably have a hard drive or a solid state, something that you'd actually have to plug in with 2 cables of power and data cable to get things going. So it is stored on that. It is not stored on the flash memory or your actual RAM, random access memory on your computer.
Okay, user Anonymous will call. Gerard asks,
Butler. It's Gerard Butler.
is downloading games and movies off torrents considered stealing?
Yes, 100%. Unfortunately, it is stealing. Now, okay, let me back up a
unfortunately.
little bit.
It's fully considered stealing.
No. It actually isn't. There are some developers, maybe not. I mean, maybe some movie
Wait, what are
creators
they?
do this, but there are some video game
Programmer.
developers that intentionally put their software onto torrents so that people who are less fortunate can go and buy it. And then they're asked, there's a little note in there, or there'll be a video that says, hey, please donate if you do have some money to support us. There was even a scenario where a developer's game was banned in a country. So because they couldn't sell it in the country, they released a torrent available to everyone in that country to download and play it. So that was really nice of them.
What was it? What
I don't
country?
I don't remember. Did you read the article? I have not yet. There's an article that has been on my Google News feed that the music industry is suing Comcast because their internet speeds are so high that it is motivating users to illegally download music. And I think that's bull dookie.
Dookie.
They're going to download it anyways. They're going to go to YouTube. And they're going to use YouTube to MP3 or something dumb like that.
Cool.
Actually, I'm not even mad. That's amazing.
Thanks. That was really nice. Look at Mark can be nice once every 64 episodes.
Yep, Cody always thinks that that's in reference to him, and instead, that's introducing our new This Week in Tech segment.
Gosh darn it. I always forget. There goes. Put me down.
Whew. Oh, I hate Spotify.
Do you really?
Yep. So here's
Why?
it's not so Spotify sucks. I hate it. I don't get it. I don't like it. I don't know how to use it.
Lori pays for it, and we can stream music. That's all I use it for.
Cool. So in October is generally when Google releases their next series of phones. So everyone's all about like, ooh, what's the Pixel 4 gonna look like?
Don't care.
And a leak, allegedly. There's been several leaks over the past few weeks. We have how many? 7 months until the actual release of the Pixel 4. So it probably will look nothing like this. But that hasn't stopped people speculating about how it will look. A new sketch posted on /leaks. We might have something a bit more concrete to pin rampant speculation to with this. The link will be in the show notes. One big departure for Google is the inclusion of 2 cameras on the rear of the phone, bucking the fashion of throwing more cameras at the back of the phone that some manufacturers have endorsed. Google has so far kept a single lens on all its phones, and the results have still been splendid. So it's exciting to think of what results Google could achieve with a second lens. I've seen some like by Huawei and I don't know, the other Chinese manufacturers that have like 4 to 5 camera lenses on the back of the phone.
That's
like, this is
actually what I was just gonna
ridiculous.
say. Right now, I am actively watching for the release of the OnePlus 7. And they have 3 cameras on the back, and they have a pop-up camera. It just goes bloop. It pops up right on the top for the front-facing camera because everyone wants to get rid of the notch. I don't even care about a notch. I just want a phone that works.
I don't care about the notch either. Like, you have to have something on the phone. Like, they've got a different, some phones are having a punch-out display, which is just a little circle instead of the full notch that can house the camera, and everything else goes to the back, and that's fine. But I don't even need the full screen. Like, I can't. This is a 6-inch phone. I can't reach to the top of it anyway from the middle of it all the time. Like, there's nothing I need to do at the very top of a bezel-less phone.
Exactly.
So it's fine the way that it is. If they want to get rid of the bezels, then I guess that's what they're going to do, but it doesn't much matter to me.
Yeah, OnePlus 7. I'm going to get that. You get the one or the Pixel 4 and we'll compare. I'm pretty sure yours will win.
Maybe.
Oh, guaranteed.
We'll see. Pixel 4 XL is what I'll be getting in October, allegedly.
Ooh, does that mean wait, what do you have now?
2 XL. I get a new phone every 2 years.
Get a new 2 XL in October.
AJ will probably get it. You can get a Pixel original.
Is that his right now?
Yeah.
You're a poor AJ. He gets all the scraps. Of
He can get a
IT
brand new one if he
technology.
wants to. I don't know.
He should get a OnePlus 7, and then you can tell me which one's cooler.
He doesn't use his phone like I do. And I don't think that you can use the OnePlus 7 on Google Fi, so that won't be happening.
Oh, that's a bummer.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh, that's interesting. Let's see. Oh, you're so funny. Let's see if I can find out, if I can figure out where people listen to us from. It's not that easy, like I said last week anymore.
Mark.
What?
I won't be recording next week.
Okay.
You won't be recording the following week.
Maybe Jay will join us next week.
Well, what are we going to do the following week? So
you can do a
here's the thing.
podcast with your guest.
For the month of April, apparently the entire office decided to take the month off. So I am out of office and out of town the first week. Mark is out of office and out of town the second week. Another department head is out of office and out of town the third week. So
Out of office and out of town.
Yep. I'm only going to Chicago though, so I could probably bring. I really don't want to have to bring any of this. I'll bring just the mic and I'll hold it, and I'll bring a laptop.
I don't remember how I saw.
Oh.
For people listen to us from.
Guess what I saw last night? I rented it.
What did
Google
you
Play
see?
has a deal, 99-cent any rental.
Oh, here
I
it is.
recommend Get Out. Get Out was amazing.
Yeah, 2 years ago.
You can deal with this. Ah, give me a chance to catch up. I watched A House with Clock in the Walls. Don't watch that. Not
A
super
house
great.
with clock in the walls? What the fuck?
Yeah, Jack Black children's movie. I thought it was going to be a lot cooler. It wasn't as bad as I thought, but it was okay.
That's
it's just
gross.
go and Get Out. We're going to watch mid-90s, or we were supposed to watch it tonight. Don't think that's happening. So tomorrow night, going to watch mid-90s. That looks like a blast.
Okay.
That was so 2 years ago. Yeah, I get it, Mark.
I'm not going to do this anymore. This is way too hard to figure out where people
Yeah,
downloaded
no, it's
this
okay.
from.
Mark, do you want to go see Us?
I am going to see that, but it probably won't be with you. Oh.
Wow. Okay, so to give everyone some perspective, Mark has never said it probably won't be. He has always said it won't be. So moving up on the Mark tier. Almost said your whole name.
The what?
Almost said your whole name. I wanted to say the Mark tier.
I can just edit it out, but I can't edit it out of the video that I have not posted to YouTube since like 6 episodes ago.
Whoopity whoop.
It's hard to remember to do
Us
everything.
looks really cool though, and the only reason I want to see Us is because whoever it is, Jordan Peele, did such a great job with.
Today, Junior. Remember when that was an appropriate joke from Adam Sandler?
You remember how you're being really inconsiderate right now?
I do remember that.
Yeah. So, is there anything else? What podcast have you been listening to? Me personally, it has all day. It was Drunken Arkanauts. So that's
Okay.
all.
What's an Arcanaut?
I feel like it is admittedly spelled weird. I really want to.
Yeah, explain
know.
yourself, Jay. And you're not even on it.
Mark recommended this podcast since I'm running out of Drunken Arkanauts. He recommended
The Adventure Zone?
Adventure Zone.
The Adventure Zone.
Oh crap! Did I download the wrong one?
Is it called The Adventure Zone?
Oh, there is a the there. It's some brothers.
Yep, the McElroy brothers.
The McElroy brothers.
McElroy.
There's not an A there. It's MC McElroy.
Yeah, but if MC comes before a vowel, it's pronounced Mac.
What?
Like McAvoy.
another
McElroy. McAvoy.
It's not called MacDonald. Oh, that's not a vowel.
There's a consonant after the C.
Okay, give me another example.
McRib.
That's you. You stop. There's not another example. It's McElroy.
Nope, it's
McElroy.
McElroy.
It's not. It's not.
Just like it's
Mackle. There's-
McAvoy. James McAvoy. Did you ever see that
It's-
movie Split?
No, I want to. How's that?
It's alright. It has to do with arcane magic. That's why it's Arcan Aughts.
Oh, that makes sense. By the way, it's James McAvoy.
McAvoy.
No, it's McAvoy. I've watched interviews with him. He said, "Hey, this is James McAvoy from
He
Split.
never said that.
Hey, this is James McAvoy. I'm Professor
He would
X."
never say one. He would never say one movie that he's been in.
Hey, this is James McAvoy. I'm in a lot of different movies. No, I
Anyway.
like James McAvoy. Have you seen Glass?
No, I don't like that.
You don't, but you've seen Split?
Yeah, Split was good. Glass was
It's just-
terrible.
So wait, you did see Glass or no?
I don't remember.
You are frustrating me, Mark.
Oh, you're so funny.
Okay, I have so many movies I need to watch. I'm not going to be at work
My
tomorrow, so you have
mom's
fun.
a penguin.
My dad's okay. Why do you always just play the mom's a penguin part? My mom's going to be so upset if she starts listening to this.
She's not gonna
My
start
mother
listening.
and father are divorced, and they hate each other, so you need to play the whole thing. Otherwise,
No
my mom will
thanks.
think I have it out for her.
Pass.
Oh, man, you're ruining my family.
Yeah, I'm the one who's running it.
One step at a time.
That's true.
You've been listening to Help Desk Nightmares on the Halfway Network. If you like the show,
Oh,
for others like
I
it,
forgot
check
you
out
changed it.
halfwaynetwork.com.
Oh, no, it's the new
Leave
background.
us
It's
a
the
review
new
on
one.
iTunes so other people can find the show.
Finally, Mark.
Follow us on Instagram at Help Desk Nightmares, or for show notes and links, visit helpdesknightmares.com.
My wife was supposed to be home. My wife.
My wife.
So I definitely have to find somebody to be on the show with me next week.
I mean, I may be able to do it from Chicago. I'll be in a hotel, hopefully.
How are you going to do video and audio? You're going to take all
like
this
I
stuff
said,
with you?
All I need to bring is a laptop and this, and then we'll just not this. I'll bring the snowball, and then I'll be good. I can fit that into a backpack.
We'll see. I'm not doing that from Denver.
Come on.
You can believe that.